Rico and out of San Juan, we wanted to take a couple minutes to sort of assess how the port visit went. See what you guys thought, what stuck out, how things worked. And I think we'd like to probably start off with talking a little bit about the first day's field trip. So what did you guys discover at El Yunque?
This forest is very unique. It's not only the only tropical rainforest in the U.S. Forest Service system, and it's also the smallest forest of any the Forest Service have. It's the only forest that the Forest Service has that's used for nothing other than research and tourism.
It's pretty interesting from a lot of perspectives. Our guide is able to talk about the invasive species that have come into the park, conservation issues, land use management issues, as well as water quality issues. So he's been talking about all of these things along this hike that touch on a lot of the themes that we talked on during the short component.
It was an amazing experience to go to El Yunque. For me personally, I've never actually been to a rainforest, so being able to see one was great. But I also got to see how the conservation of Puerto Rico was being put into effect. One of the things we had to do for this program was write a paper about how a specific thing has changed something else within the Caribbean. So for me, it's how government has changed conservation efforts on Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. They have very similar histories, but at the same time, they have drastically different conservation policies. My research I did back home helped prepare me to understand what type of things to be looking for when I visited the areas. For Puerto Rico, I had studied how little government support there's been, and it was interesting to see how that really was the case, how it was much more private enterprise conservation. The Conservation Trust of Puerto Rico is one of the biggest proprietors of conservation. Even our tour guide made a point where it seemed like he had a personal connection with conservation that went beyond that of any government sanctions.
3,496 feet.
Woo! My plan for the DR is stopping by the Conservation Trust, which is a short drive out of Samana, and being able to talk with some of the people who actually work hands-on with conservation in the country. My major back home is sociology. The thing that made this program most attractive to me was the chance to not only be on a sailboat and sail it ourselves, but also the opportunity to study conservation and environmentalism in a way that I couldn't ever get in a classroom.